Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Fitria Ningsih. You may call me Fitria. My ID number 20140500003. I'm from class 3 TBI A. Okay, I will explain the material about applying direct strategies for dealing with language part 2. The types of applying direct strategies for dealing with language part 2. The first one, memorization strategies. Memorization are the techniques to remember, more effectively retrieve and transfer information needed for future language use. Memorization helps students to store in the memory important information gathered from their learning. When the information is needed for use in the future, this strategies help the student to get the information back. The parts of the memorization strategies are: the first one, creating mental linkages. Example, when working on part of speech, have students assign a different color to each part of speech. Like this noun, we give the red color and blue for adjective. Then we have your student write their vocabulary list in different colors according to the word part of speech. This will allow them color and parts of speech and can enable them to more easily remember the parts of speech and the classification of vocabulary words. The second, applying image and sound. Example, when teaching abstract terms, have students take 5 minutes to draw or create a picture represent the term. For example, if you are teaching the word compassion, student might draw a picture of someone helping an elderly person cross the street. This simple link between abstract term and image can help them to remember the meaning of the word to use at a later date. Okay, the third, reviewing well. One of the best ways to review and learn something is to teach it. Put your student into expert group 3 until 4 and give each group a different topic that they have learning to review together and teach to the other student briefly. You can structure their planning however you'd like. Teach for 5 minutes, come up with an activity, come up with a set of discussion question and others. After the students have had time to talk to their expert groups, take your groups of 3 until 4 and put the student into sharing groups. This group should have one person from each of original groups. In the sharing groups, your student will with their experts group. This is great for making sure every student has time to talk and teach. The next part of memorization strategies are employing action. If your students are working on the vocabulary terms for test, be sure to provide a snack for them to test as they learn. As you test the food and discuss the word, model a facial expression from them to associate the new information with. For example, teach your student about the word sword. Give them a little bit of lemon juice to taste and stretch your face, as many people do when testing something short. This connection to physical action will help them to make more mental connection between the vocabulary terms. The next types of applying direct strategies for dealing with language, the second or cognitive strategies. Cognitive strategies are practicing process of sending and receiving message is called communication, analyzing and reasoning, creating structure for input and output, practicing. Practicing is practicing repeating, practicing with sound and writing system, recognizing and using formulas and patterns, recombining, and then practicing naturalistically. B. Process of sending and receiving message is called communication. Communication is a two-way means of communicating in the information in the form of thoughts, opinions, and ideas between two or more individuals with the purpose of building and understanding. And C. Analyzing and reasoning. The first one, reasoning deductively, analyzing expression, analyzing constructively, translating and transferring, and then creating structure for input and output, taking notes, summarizing, and then highlighting. The next types, compensation strategies, guessing intelligently, using linguistic clues, using other clue, overcoming limitation in speaking and writing, allow students to use the language despite their often large gaps in knowledge. Okay, the last, determine which strategies can be used for four skills. There are writing, listening, reading, and speaking. The first one, writing. Memorization, or applying image and sound, reviewing well, employing action, creating mental linkages, and then cognitive strategies, or recognizing and using formulas and patterns, recombining, practicing naturalistically, sending and receiving message is called communication, analyzing constructively, translating, summarizing, taking notes, highlighting, and then compensation strategies. They are using linguistic clues, using other clues, overcoming limitation, speaking and reading. Okay, while for listening skill or skill listening, cognitive strategies are practicing repeating, practicing with sound and writing, practicing naturalistically, sending and receiving message is called communication, and analyzing constructively. The memorization or employing action, image and sound. And then compensation strategies are using linguistic clues. And for reading skill, cognitive strategies are practicing naturalistically, recombining, sending and receiving message is called communication, translating and summarizing. And then last, for speaking skill or skill speaking, cognitive strategies are practicing naturally. Sending and receiving message is called communication, analyzing expression and translating. And memory related strategies are reviewing well, and compensation strategies are overcoming limitation, speaking and reading. Okay, that's all about our material today. That's all of me. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.